here. Let's talk about Kandi and the Gang real quick. All right. Tauren, we meet Tauren. More about Tauren, event planner. Okay, I like Tauren so far. I'm liking Tauren. So Tauren gets ready to meet Philip. So y'all know he coming back to the shop, right? He about to go into the spot, check out the event space. Why was Philip even down there? Go and manage or do something. He's down there trying to meet Tauren. Tauren done already heard things about Philip, so of course he like on the fence, don't really want to meet him for real. So they sit down, have this conversation, and I have been here for Philip, y'all, the first episode, seeing how he checked Chandrilla and how he, manages them. But when you turn around and you try to comfort Tauren and Tauren ain't even do nothing, and you want him to sit down and tell you about himself, and when it's your turn, you don't want to say anything, talking about what I'm not going to do is tell you about me when you the one looking for a job. First of all, sir, people that's hiring tell us about themselves. Like, what makes you think that you don't have to do that? So I did not like that, and I love that Tauren clapped back and said, I'm not looking for a job either. So I'm not trying to do none of that either. So what's up? You can talk to Kandi. Loved it. I loved it because Tauren lets me know he not gonna be no pushover. He ain't gonna let nobody talk to them any kind of way.
But
and I love it. I like him. Go ahead, JD.
I blame Don Juan and I blame Kandi. This is my thing. You can't put somebody in a management position and then expect people to not go through management in the position. So I felt like Don Juan telling Tauren to go do whatever, but no communication being between Philip and Don Juan made Philip feel like the rest of the staff, they doing whatever they want to do. So I didn't blame Philip entirely for his reaction because he wasn't aware. They just said, "Oh, go do that." But I feel like Kandi and Don Juan, you can see why the restaurant got bullshit going on because y'all can't even control management to have conversations with each other. So I do feel like, first of all, Brian saying that Tauren dick too big, hilarious. But I do feel like Tauren and Philip going back and forth, they was gonna check each other. But I do feel like Tauren, your issue should have been with whoever told you to come in there, but you did check in with the person who's like running the restaurant. When Kandi and Don Juan said on episode 1, Don Juan's job isn't to run the restaurant. So no staff member should be able to get directions from Don Juan. When you allow them to do that, it means they can skate past Philip, and then Philip's the bad guy. Now, I'm not saying Philip been coming in too hot, not saying he don't need to check his tone, but I'm like, if someone who used to work here but quit and just stopped showing up, and I've heard that was his thing, and I heard how he was a professional, then come in and really don't address me as the person who runs this place, I am gonna have attitude. So I didn't fully blame Philip, but I also didn't fully blame Tauren. But I'm like, I blame Kandi and Don Juan.
Can you show? Yeah, I was gonna ask if you could show that comment.
Yeah, Tauren is an independent contractor hired by Kandi.
If he getting a check from OLG, he's not an independent contractor.
But I feel like I understand where you're coming from, Jaylee, because I do feel like there should still be communication across the board. Right. So I still fought Philip, period, but I more so fought it Don Juan and Kandi because they should have told him like, just hey, this ain't somebody you really got to manage, but he's gonna be coming in and doing the event, right. So just stay out his way.
If he's an independent contractor, then Philip don't need to even worry about that. But if you thinking, if they say, hey, Philip, Tauren gonna be working here, then I feel if I'm the manager, he's someone else I gotta manage. So I think it's just management communication is the reason Kandi should be, you know what I'm saying, selling health inspections.
I like Philip, but I think he got real ugly when he was talking about, what did he say? He said something like, you're hired to throw events or something along those lines. He tried to do the same thing that he did to Chandrilla.
When he was like, I'm not worried about management. You're hired to run events, stay in your lane.
Yes. When he did that, he was trying to check Tauren the same way that he checked Chandrilla. And for Chandrilla, I feel like it was necessary. But with Tauren, I'm like, okay, I get it. When you walk into a room, you got to say, hey, if somebody else is already there. I get it, right? But then Tauren comes and he sits down and he starts participating in what you're asking for. You're asking for his name. You're asking for his information. And then you still proceed to get nasty. With me, I just felt like Tauren paid him a lot of grace and was real nice nasty with it and was like, okay, so you're not going to tell me about yourself. Philip thought that, I'm so high up That's where he started talking about the order of, then there's this person, then me. It's like, don't get beside yourself. I think he was getting very much beside himself, because what what Philip fails to realize is this, like, military drill sergeant type of personality that he has towards the business, Kandi does not have towards her own business. So whatever rules you're trying to set aside, I don't think it's not going to prevail. I don't think so.
But that's the bad part, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's going to prevail.
For the bad part for Philip or the bad part for Kandi's businesses?
Both. Because Philip is there to do a job. Kandi has this vision of Philip. I don't even think it's Kandi. Let's be real. Todd has a vision of Philip, just fixing the restaurant, having everything in order. There's a way to do everything. There's processes in place. Kandi runs off of loyalty. She wears her heart on her sleeve. And ultimately, if everybody in the business sees Kandi as final decision, nothing's going to change if Kandi doesn't change the way that she manages her business. So Philip may be there to, start a new rule, set the line straight, but he's not going to succeed if Kandi isn't in his corner, and it doesn't really seem like she is. Like, even whenever he sent Chandrilla home, she was like, you need to send her home. Like, Kandi, do you want him to do the job or not?
I feel like Todd hired him.
Tension. I think it'll be tension, not tension. I think it's going to be deep conversations between Kandi, Todd, and Philip, because Todd always sets shit up to come up with the bullshit. But at the end of the day, because they say Philip was working at Blaze and then worked at Blaze because Blaze is supposedly, ran better. OLG is like the free for all. So it's weird that Kandi her business is not structured right, and she wants it to work. But I think both Todd and Philip, like say, Kandi, it can't keep running how you want it to run, because we can't afford a generator. So something has to change. So I feel like Philip, who comes from probably a professional environment of restaurants and how things are supposed to run, so that's his mindset. You can't bring somebody who worked for, something very professional and put them to a mom and pop shop, because mom and pop shops don't do, it don't run that way. So I think the weird part is going to be Philip is the professional, and the other folks like, well, we've been doing bullshit this whole time. Like, I shouldn't have to fix my attitude. I shouldn't have to report to you. And I'm like, but that's the problem that I think he was brought in to fix. So it's like, I want Kandi and Don Juan to step out of it and let Philip handle whatever. And if Philip runs shit down, then that's on Philip. But I don't want to blame Philip based on Kandi and Don Juan letting shit still go on how it used to that didn't work. It's like, in my opinion, Philip is the problem. Staff is. Because, I mean, was it Chandrika? Is it Chandrika? Shankika?
It is, but it's Chandrilla.
Girl. I'm going to call her Shani. Shani is, I think Shani want to be the HBIC. I think she see herself as like, you know what I'm saying? I'm the one I'm always in charge. I'm going to put Time Unique next to Brandon. I'm like,
she's Sky of Black Ink.
I make 12.
I don't do shit, and I can act the ass, but y'all can't act the ass. She's Sky.
And I make $12 an hour, and that's not fair, because I can make more at Family Dollar. Then go work
at Family Dollar.
That's what I was thinking
Before we talk about that, before we get to that, I just wanted to say that real quick. When it came to Philip talking about Tauren, he felt as though Tauren had came in with a preconceived notion, basically because of the things other people told Tauren about him. But I'm like, that could be true, but you also not giving him nothing else to go off on to see a different side of you either. So that's that. But also, Philip's boo, Philip and Felipe.
They was
good. Y'all handsome.
Felipe was
cute. Do y'all think he lives like in Brazil long distance, or like does he live somewhere in the States long? I'm like, where is Felipe? I need to know where he is. Because they say he was from not us, but they Belize, from Brazil, and I thought they lived together. They said, well, no, we long. I'm like, long distance. I'm like, that's a long place to be.
Well, they do it on 90 Day Fiance, so I figured that probably.
What if they on the new season and we just ain't seen it yet. And they waiting for the visa. That could be
Ain't
what
no
it is.
telling.
Maybe
They
go
cute
for a
though.
year. It take a year to get it done sometimes. Or they say Felipe lives in Brazil. That's so
Okay.
far away.
Yeah, they were a
That's
fine
so cute.
couple,
That
honestly.
Yes.
was.
Philip looked even better standing next to him. Like I knew Philip was a handsome man, but once I seen him standing next to
Right?
his boyfriend, I was like, damn, y'all both look good.
Because that's like personal Philip and not professional Philip. He was a bit loose. Like he looked a bit looser, you know,
He did.
in
He
his,
still
you
looks
know,
stiff as
in his
hell to
Did.
me.
stature. But when he said, you know, they think I'm me, like you are. So I was like, oh, he really is. I mean, asshole, but he's, you know, cute and lovable. So,
That
but
was
Mm-hmm.
I
cute.
want to see a season 2 and for Philip to know, like, I can't be an asshole. But bring in Felipe. I want Felipe and the visa on season 2.
Right. We need to get Felipe here. What else? Okay, so the team meet up. Now, y'all know everybody wanted to come together, link up. Philip was like, no, I'm not going with y'all, right? So, first of all, Chandrilla is a hater, period. I didn't like how she was coming for Patrick's girlfriend, but you sit up here complaining about $12 an hour when you ain't trying to elevate yourself while you working with Kandi. You've been there for 4 or 5 years, and you ain't even trying to not be a hostess. You can't even get behind the bar. Okay, you got the audacity to complain. So I want to talk about that. And then, what are y'all thoughts primarily about Patrick running back telling Kandi what they said? I was not tripping. I was kind of glad. You got all this mouth, so go tell Miss Kandi how you feel, Miss Squirrel. So, yeah, it was a cute little sit down. I just wanted to highlight Chandrilla being a hater and Patrick snitching on her. So, what are your thoughts?
I
I'm a
wasn't
snitch too.
tripping.
Because
Yeah.
y'all know, look, y'all know how we be like, look, don't say shit about shit because I'm going to say something if it's about my people. So
Say it
I felt like
again.
Patrick was like, you know, I would never, I had a friend, I had, so my best friend, Carla, someone was talking shit about her cousin. And I said to the person, I said, bitch, don't you ever think you can talk shit about my people in my face.
My
So
people.
I wouldn't sit there and not say shit. I would hear it all, but at the end of hearing it all, I'm cussing everybody out. So Philip really said, you know, well, leave my cousin out. But I'm not pissy told. I think the staff was dumb to have those conversations in front of him because it's gonna get back to Kandi. But I'm like, Shantrick, if you've been there for 4 years making $12, then you have no ambition in life. Because I mean, did you ever get a raise? Has it always
That's
been
what I'm
12?
saying.
So, but I do think she's a hater.
Absolutely.
And I'm still laughing at at Brian saying that Tauren and him was tugging and pulling, but Tauren dick too big. I was like, his dick too big. I was like, I thought gay men like big dick, but you know what? They may not.
Not Brian. What's the name? Brian? Not him.
He's like, I was
Now
like,
Brian and
I
Lord.
that
said Tauren was
toupee.
back there touring it up, girl. That's not him.
Shut up, Jamie.
Mm-hmm. How are you gonna take it, girl?
I cannot. But I do want to know.
Mm-hmm.
I was not tripping about Patrick. Chandrilla, go work at Family Dollar, okay?
The
But
discount.
with Patrick, he just took me out, okay? Y'all tell me, it's nothing wrong with having hopes and ambition, okay? I think you could be whatever you want to be in this life. But it was just comical as hell that they introduced him as the parking lot manager. And then he said, I'm trying to be Kandi. I'm trying to support the family.
He got to
Not
own all
off
parking
$10
lots.
to fill the lot up. What you
If
talking
he
about,
own,
Patrick?
if he own a lot of lots, he can't them. I said that is
He's a
passive
parking lot
income.
manager.
He got to so he got to own. He got to
He gotta
buy.
own a lot.
If he
Right.
own
Kandi owns a
like
lot.
10 lots, because I think a parking in Atlanta is probably, you know what I'm saying, kind of crazy. If he own a lot of lots, he can't get rich. Because think about it, nobody can park on
He
those streets
does.
most of the time. If you have about 10 lots by every, hot spot, he could be the rich cousin who don't do shit besides park cars.
Oh my.
He could be. I'm not gonna
Ain't
put it
gonna
past
He
him,
happen,
ain't
but
but
he
giving
could
that.
be.
Not if he
right.
roommate with
With Melvin.
what's his name? Melvin with his cute Melvin so cute. Over there roommate with Melvin, stressing Melvin the hell out.
Can you cook for me? I'm like,
And then Chandrika talking about she engaged, but then you hating on his girlfriend, talking about the real. I got a real booty, and I got this, and I got that. Chandrika, Drilla,
we've been
That's
engaged
it.
for
girl,
2 years.
That's what Bertha
Oh,
said.
she been
So
engaged
that's
for
what
2
it is.
years.
She was engaged. So she said she was dating. They was messing around for 4 months, but then that left alone. She got with other dudes. She's been engaged for 2 years. But practically they were just fucking. I was like, well, I guess that's why she left you alone.
Right. And
It's
then she
been
tried to
2
downplay
years.
his manhood. I guess. Right. 2 years
Yeah.
and a
You can
half,
tell
I'm
she
sure.
mad.
She is. It's gonna show later.